Hello, everyone. This is Rick with the CyberPro podcast, where industry leaders share their insights because hackers never sleep. Today, we are talking to Michael. Michael, who are you and why are you awesome?
Hey, this is Michael Jung from DeepBrain AI. And yeah, we try to provide those deepfake detections, even those hackers try to make those deepfake videos, deep voices, or deep images. And that's what we do.
I love it. Now, I'm going to add a quick add on to this. There's a rumor. It's not a rumor. You just told me you were in a K-pop group, and I'm curious to learn a little bit about that and how you got into the AI deepfake side of the house after being a rock star. Let's be real.
Well, the same thing is like even I was the past in the K-pop idol or doing the AI still a rock star. It's really hot topics, those both. Yeah, well, it was 20 years ago. I hadn't have anything, a dream what I want to be. And then one day, like I saw the Boys to Men concert at my generation period was like a rock star. And I just want to be composer and think about what could be the fast, short way to be a composer. I just applied one auditions, got in and did a K-pop idol. But eventually I didn't successful in that field. So I need a job, and I just studied accounting as well as um a little bit the joke that I don't want to say, but it has to be an Asians, like they have like a stereotype like Asians are good at numbers. Anyway, so and then really lucky that I got pivoted to do some AI stuff. Like my CEO was we work in the same company, and then I got into the AI company now.
I love it. Michael, let's talk a little bit. I normally ask about trends that you're seeing in cyber, but now I'm curious, what trends are you seeing in artificial intelligence?
Well, artificial intelligence first is has to be really efficient. Efficient means like have to be really somehow impacting our normal life that make it more easier. That is like how like people shifting to using new technology. If it's not really worth it or efficient or like saving your time or money, people not going to using it. So when think about it, the first AI, the boom was ChatGPT. Why? Because it's so helpful. And then people realize AI now is really cool. It's not like the way what we think about AI. And then like people like searching like what other tools can AI can help. And then finding out like text to voice, like inputting script and then output voice. And also they see those our solutions can be also AI video synthesis. You can create your own video without filming yourself. But the thing is, AI was supposed to be the good tools, like to be more better, but somehow people using in the wrong way, misusing it, abusing it. Like for example, I also like can create your own avatar, Rick, right now, just recording some your podcast of your videos, or I can even clone your voice, and then I can just generate some voices and call to your parents, and I just can do like deepfake voices, like there's scam videos, scam voices that is happening. So that's why we have been shifted to the provide we created the deepfake detections, but go back to AI. AI is I just mentioned is to have to be good tools, like eventually impacting our lifestyle.
Michael, you brought up deepfakes, and so let's talk about deepfakes. They're getting more and more realistic. So what are some top best practices to identify a deepfake?
Well, first of all, we can't in our eyes, we cannot identify that whether this is the fake videos or it is original videos. Because these even our solutions, when we also providing AI video tools, like you can create your own videos with your own avatars. The similarity is 96.5%, which means our eyes can't detect it. So, so our solutions, how we do provide those defect detection solution is we do data labeling. That we what it mean is that we data labeling that we define this as the original videos and this is deepfake videos, and then we do machine learning again. So AI can detect it with those really tiny difference of the resolutions, the blur, and all that things they catch in it. So that is how we provide those deepfake detection, deepfake voice, and deep images as well.
Michael, this is a two-part question. So, first part of the question, explain to our viewers what avatars are. And then from there, I know that they're improving, they're upgrading. So, what are the benefits and risks of people using AI avatars?
The benefit is, of course, is cost saving and saving your time as well. Currently, we have around 2,000 customers globally. And if we looking, the industry is really very balanced. That is from the media company, teacher retail, and also those finance company as well. So when we're looking the media company, we around have 200 TV broadcasts using our solutions, not the real anchor, but the AI anchor delivering the news. So why they're using our solutions? The benefit is they don't need a talent, they don't need a cameraman, lighting, all those stuff. So you can just imagine immediately how we're saving those direct costs and indirect cost. Um, and the same way about the retails and also the finance company as well. Like and currently in Korea, everywhere you go to store, you can see a avatar can assist you. You go to like offline branches or offline retail store, you don't necessarily have to find those the assistant if you need some help. You just can see the big kiosk and then just talk to them, like just talking to a real person. So that's kind of benefit. The risk is, for example, we also have those the content moderations. Like we want to screen like that users not making those illegal contests, for examples. But still, for example, recently, the Korea had the presidential elections, and then we just got that some person was making those the I forgot the word that deepfake news, for example. So that's kind of could be risk. And also like now we also providing not the talent is not based from the real person. In the past, 4 years ago, when we providing a stock avatars, off the shelf avatars, we secured signed the contract with the real talent, and then we rename their names, not the real names, and then we provide those stock avatars. But these days we providing the stock avatar based on the virtual avatar, synthetic face that more free to those IP right, and also like not having those risk that their faces is gonna be using and so somehow like some people can um don't want to use their faces in some contents they don't want to be, right? So we want to protect those things. But anyway, that could be some kind of risk how they're using the AI avatar solutions.
Michael, you've mentioned that you work for DeepBrain AI, and I'm curious, how did you guys take this idea of what you're doing today and what brought it to fruition and why should people take notice and want to work with DeepBrain AI?
Well, the Deepbrain AI, first of all, we started a company as chatbot and we pivoted to build the text to speech and text to videos. And why we really focus on video because if you sing around, like people not much reading the books as since if we look in the like decades or 2 decades ago. Like now we living in the mobile world and mobile world, the most the popular application is the YouTube and TikTok. The trends is moving forward to videos. Even yourself, you just talk about Rick, you mentioned about you do more video podcasts, right? So the video, what we sing is going to be really more powerful. The communications platform that people are going to watch the videos and will gain more informations. So we realize the video is so important. And then that's the things that we want to be focused, how we can provide more better video platform that people can create the videos. So that is one thing like we really focusing on. But as I mentioned earlier, that in our solution, we also find out there could be the risk that the AI can be used in the wrong way of using those kind of technology. So we want to kind of get the balance between have one weapon, one side that people can be more beneficial using our AI tools. But the other side, we want to provide another weapon that we want to protect it, or that giving providing advanced informations that people can aware that this is the video was generated from the AI solutions.
Michael, recently G2 mentioned that DeepBrain AI was one of the top AI companies for 2025. So congratulations on that. Share with us what got you on that list and what differentiates you guys from other AI companies.
Um, I also get some that kind of questions from my customers why we have to work with you. And I always give an example is like eventually it is the same car. Same car means like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, or Ford or General Motors. It's eventually the same car. But why they choose GM or the German car? Because maybe it could be um maybe that could be some factor of the exterior design, or it could be interior design, right? I think what we could be the differentiator is we're really centric to the customer experience. The customer experience means like even in our platform, how much could be really easy. They do not necessarily have to read those manual, but they can use our platform. Have to be really into it, very straight, that they can get all the features with just looking the icons. That is what we're really focusing. And I think that kind of small of the what we really focus, maybe that's is influencing our customers want to use our platform compared to the other our competitor.
Michael, let's give our audience some scope here. Will you give some insight into what generative AI is and what it's capable of?
Generative AI, first of all, I mean, by the way, I really love that questions because we have to um we have to think straight that AI and generative AI is way different. AI was the word that we already heard in 1960. And then 2000, the DeepMind, the Google was first. They showed the market the AI. The one thing that what they do, the event was the compete with the real Go player and versus AI. But eventually at that time, we had a chatbot. Chatbot still, they say AI at that time, but what's the difference between the generative AI versus AI is more generative. Generative means that it is more automations that providing more better the the interactive tools that people feel like it is more close to human. So, eventually, for example, like let's talk about the other one, like stable diffusion technology, for example, like Sora or Runway platform, like prompted videos. The prompted video, for example, I input the script like Rick is eating ice cream in Paris. Of course, you have your own image, like the output of the videos, what you want to generate. Of course, can't be perfect. What exactly what you expected when you see the output of video, but still, like AI do something, create the video for you, right? That is, I just want to give and explain what is that is the generative AI, and that's kind of thing generative AI is like. Um, People feel worth it to using it. Keep saying the same word, worth it, efficiency, because eventually has to be more saving your workload. And that is the people going to shifting more using generative AI. That's why those all 500 Fortune company want to say the word that they are doing AI stuff.
Let's add to this. Thank you for sharing that, but let's add one thing. What is one or two misconceptions that you're encountering when people ask you about generative AI?
um, they think generative AI could be perfect, but still it is AI. Still, that is why still need human. I mean, some people always say like, for example, speech to text engine. Speech to text engine is like transcripting all your voices to the text. transforming to the text, for example. Even speech to text cannot be perfect. It can't be transcribed 100% what you just talk about, for example. Still has some little bit error. But some people think like, I mean, AI has to be perfect. No, AI is still AI yet. I don't know what it's going to be. By the way, really, thank you for asking that question because I'm also curious, like, what is going to be the next, the new terminology of new word they're going to define the next generation of AI after generative AI.
What do you think the evolution of artificial intelligence is going to look like now that we have large language models, Gen AI, whatever the next word is? What do you think that's going to be, and how quickly do you think it's going to develop?
Um, I think that is in the past, like many of the Hollywood movie that also show those kind of the concept that when AI do more machine learning and they have more philosophy and their own thoughts, maybe they can misinterpret about like this is meant to be, I was to be created, and then maybe that could be somehow could have some conflict between the human, the creator versus creations. I think that could be happen. I don't know, but at least still like we um kind of need to each other. I think AI and human.
No, I love that.
Very
I think we're going to see continuous leaps and bounds around the efficiency model, the automation model. But I also have tested creating my own AI bots,
Mhm.
and created one where I was very mean to it, and it was very mean back, right? And then I was very nice and to the other one, and it was very nice back. And initially, the output was very similar. Obviously, you
Right.
get different outputs, but then
Mhm.
as I was rude to the other one, the outputs
Mhm.
got more and more drift. And then I
Okay.
retrained the model that I was
Right.
mean to it by being nice, and
Right.
now it's far more sarcastic in its response, and I know that's a human trait,
Right.
but
Right.
it's accurate. It's accurate to what I'm looking for, and so,
Oh yeah.
it's amusing how you can get it to do it, so I'm curious to see
Right.
because I think it's gonna really be about humans and us bringing that forward, so
Mhm. 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 Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
well, Michael, thank you so much for being on the Cyber Pro podcast. This was a blast.
Thank you so much for inviting me to. And
Thank you for tuning into the Cyber Pro podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on new podcasts and all of our cool bonus content.